Nice. This is Lemon Hariwake, right?
Lemon Hariwake.
Only the reason I know that is because we just shot them the other day. We just did that. We just did the koi discussions the other day. That was a phenomenal fish.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lemon Hariwake is a great selection. I'm very pleased to be showcasing these guys right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I really need to see through your eye on this because I'm not sure what to expect. And so this is perfect for the viewers.
Yeah, definitely. I picked these three specifically because although they're from the same breeder, all three have very different qualities to them. Lemon Hariwake is a really simple fish. It's just two colors, but there's a lot going into picking what is going to turn out right and what you're looking for.
Now, do we know if they're male? We don't know if they're male, female, right? They're just all the same.
Don't know.
Okay.
They're both bred. They're all bred by Marasaka. Again, he's focuses on real unusual type varieties. Marasaka is also the same breeder that bred the one we did the koi discussion of just the other day.
Oh, right, the big one.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with the biggest one right away. This guy right here. This will be koi number 1, right? Okay. It definitely has the largest head of the three koi. It has a really clean head too. So what we're appreciating about Hariwake is it's a platinum koi, right? So we want really good, strong metallicness about it. Okay. It's Deutz. So something else that we're going to talk about is the scalation. So although it's a scaleless fish, there are in fact scales, right? So we want sort of if you notice, the scales start from the head here and go all the way back to the tail. And then there are sometimes scales on the lateral line here. So this koi, specifically, compared to the other three, has scales that start from here and go all the way back to the tail. If you look at the other two, the scalation is only on the dorsal fin there. So from like a show standard, is one better than the other? Definitely not. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, good.
But what does matter is from the show side is the evenness of them. So when you have more scales, you're more likely to have uneven scaleness because you have more scales to look at.
Sure.
The evenness of the scalation here is just spot on. It's really good. So nothing to make qualms about here. On the side, it has very small scales, which I just bring up because sometimes it drives me crazy. With scaleless fish, they have these big, like, armored scales.
Big old giant ones, right?
Yeah, and they look cool, but gosh, if that ever gets caught on something like on a rock or an edge of a pond, and those things come off, you really gotta, be careful and make sure, keep your eye on it, make sure it doesn't get infected. Okay,
so that's good to know.
Yeah, so as a koi owner, that's something that you sometimes want to think about, right?
Good.
So this guy here has the most brilliant of yellow. Like it's more orange, closer to orange than it is yellow. This type of koi, generally the yellow gets darker and deeper as it matures. So this is going to have sort of that nice sort of starburst yellow that we saw again on that koi discussion talk, right?
Right. So that's number 1. That's number one. The scales go to head to tail.
Right.
People call that a zipper all the time. I like that zipper.
Yeah, exactly. A zipper or a skeleton.
Right.
Right. Then we'll talk about this one. This is sort of in between the two because it has, as far as the yellow goes, it's not quite as dark as this one, but definitely not as light as this yellow here. As I mentioned, the scales are only on the dorsal line here. There's no scales on the sides, on the lateral line of this koi. The pattern, where this one has more of these kind of traditional racing stripes that go down the side, this one has a little bit more of, I guess, what you'd call a kohaku pattern. With this type of fish, we're not interested in so much a kohaku or a traditional gosanke pattern. This isn't gosanke, right?
Right.
So we're just looking for something that's real pleasing to the eye and kind of unusual. It's got a good balance of yellow on the face, with still having some white on the face, and this you can see how brilliant the white is.
Yeah, it's like snow. It's platinum. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
The saddle of color on there is nice.
Yeah, so really pretty fish. And then our third koi, this one right here.
The yellow's still a little pale on this one.
Yellow is very pale on this one. But again, generally, Hariwake tend to darken up as they get older. So now, where in the last type we talked about me kind of making a gamble for
Right.
that Matsuba to come up. I'm not necessarily interested in making a gamble on these guys.
Okay.
And my experience, Hariwake go one of two ways. They tend to even darken up quite a bit, or they'll lose the yellow. So that's something to think about when you're picking of these.
Don't
three.
give too many clues, because the viewers are going to try and select which
This is
ones
true,
you want to do.
This is true. So back to this one here. This one has a great body. This I think has the most brilliant platinum of the three, all through here, and nice face shape here. Very, very interesting pattern as that yellow starts to develop. I'm not too worried about like orange flares happening on this guy. So some of these guys will get like real dark orange spots,
Yeah.
and that can be kind of unattractive.
You're not worried about that with these? Okay.
No.
Because it's Murasaka?
Murasaka? No, he gets both of those. I mean, like there's a little orange spot, like maybe right here and right here. So those will become a little bit more defined. But overall, because this is such a lighter color, that I don't think that'll happen.
Very good. Okay, well, let's just be... I'm trying to think of any other questions. It's kind of hard because there's two distinct things happening here. I'm drawn to two really, really quickly. The third one, not so much. But now I'm stuck on which one to choose from. So, but then I'm trying to think through your eye too, because that's what this discussion's about, to try and learn from you which koi you would take home. Okay? Okay, so let's not tell the viewers exactly what this is. Let's jump on to the next fish variety. And please go ahead and jump into the comment section below and make a choice what you think Shawn would pick, and then throw in there which one's your favorite as well.
And real quick, this is koi number 1, the big one, koi number 2, and then koi number 3, the lightest colored.
Okay. All right, fantastic.